Today, Kate Kavanaugh uploaded a video about restarting Milwordy, and I thought today would be the perfect time to show you all how I created my Milwordy spreadsheet. The first thing I do is open numbers and I select a blank template. There is sheet 1 and I name it overview to begin with. I make the leftmost column narrower because it is only the day number. I know there are 31 days maximum and I make the table 32 because the first row is the header, which we will be using in a moment. I now go across the top header and name each column a month in the Milwordy challenge. I'm starting with December 2020 because that is what Kate is doing for her restart starting today. Now I add a new sheet and each sheet will be its own month. For December 2020 I need 31 days, which means that there need to be 32 columns again because there is a header column. I add extra columns which I will be labeling later, and I number the days down the left side just like with the overview sheet. I alternate labeling the columns as project and words, and then the final column is named total, and I then narrow the width of all the word columns because they will just be numbers and do not need to be as wide. Instead of writing out each project title every single time I use it, I create a drop-down menu, and the way to do that is I put in the different objects in different cells, and then I select all three of them, and in the cell menu under the format panel, I click pop-up menu. You can select start with first item or start with blank, and you can see the plus and minus sign that you can add other items to the pop-up menu at any time. I then copy and paste these drop downs into all the cells that are listed under project columns for every single day in this sheet. For each daily total, I create an equation by hitting the equal sign and then hitting it again to pull up a function menu and selecting sum, and then I select the cells to be included with my mouse, or I could type in the cells by name, and then I copy and paste that equation all the way down. I go back to my overview sheet and I black out any days for any months that do not exist. So for February, no days exist past the 28th, and for multiple months there are only 30 days instead of 31. Next, I insert the formulas to draw the daily totals from the December sheet to the general overview sheet. I do this by clicking equal sign to open the function menu, and then I click equals again to start the formula. I start typing December 2020 to get the name for the table, and I select the table instead of just the name because that would be the column within the current sheet, and I don't want that. And then I select the cell which I want, which is L2 for the top one, and then I just copy and paste that equation. I then duplicate the December sheet because it will copy over the formatting, the equations for the total column, and all the different drop downs, but I'm editing the drop down here to show you that you can do it this way instead of having to completely create a new drop down every single time. You can rename the objects that already exist, or again use the plus and minus to add or subtract items on the list. I am then copying and pasting the updated list everywhere, and I am doing that by clicking at the top of a column and then shift to select all, and then hitting Command V to fill the entire column. For the last two, I hit Command Shift and then Command V to switch columns to select multiple things that are not all adjacent to each other. I then repeat the process to bring the sheet specific totals to the general overview sheet for January. I added another row at the bottom of the overview sheet to be a monthly total, and I am summing each column to be the monthly total. To easily keep track of whether I've met my daily word count goal, I highlight every cell with a word count, and then I add conditional highlighting, and then I set the rule that if it is less than the daily word count number, it will be highlighted in red. I then do the same thing for the bottom monthly total row, but instead of the daily word count goal being the number in the conditional highlighting rule, it is the monthly goal. I added in some fake numbers in December to show what the highlighting rules look like when the number is above the daily word count goal. To create the comparative line chart, I select all the data except the monthly totals, and I select 2D line chart from the menu up top. And with some fake numbers, you can see that you can compare every day from every month all at the same time. Another chart that I like to do is the interactive bar chart. And I select that first, and then I click Add Chart Data, and I highlight all of the same cells as last time. So you can click one corner and then drag down until you get all of the cells. And then here you will see that the axis is wrong. So I click Update, and then I do Plot Rows as Series instead, so that every day is on the axis and the months are what change with the arrows. With this graph and the other, you can change the number of lines on the vertical axis by opening the Format panel and selecting Axis. The other two graphs are daily comparisons between months, and this last graph is a monthly total comparison. I can do a 3D bar graph, and I just select the bottom row for the data by clicking Edit Data References the same way I did for the interactive one. And you can see how that would look, and you can rotate it however you want. And then if I had created this 3D bar graph and then decided that I didn't like it, I can open up the Format panel and click Chart. And if you scroll down past the color styles, which are very cool, I can then change it from the 3D to a 2D. If you like this video, please don't forget to hit the thumbs up and the subscribe button and the bell icon down below so you don't miss any future videos from me. I make videos about musical theater, my writing. I host writing sprints once a week on Sundays at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I will be making similar tutorial videos for Microsoft Excel and Google Sheets at the request of my live stream viewers.